a hologram. A gigantic hologram, that's what the universe is. And everything within it, including us, on the physical level, are holograms. And we see holograms, of course, in our everyday experience in the shops and stuff. And for people who haven't come across it, how they make them, where something appears three-dimensional but isn't, is by taking a laser beam, breaking part of it off, and it goes across the object they want to photograph. And what it does is it picks up a vibrational version of that object. Another part of the laser beam goes directly onto, or virtually directly onto, a photographic print. And then this part of the laser beam that's gone across the object is directed back onto the same photographic print, and the two laser beams hit each other. What this creates is what they call an interference pattern. And it's like dropping two stones in a pond, and as the waves come out and hit each other, that waveform is a waveform version of those two stones, where they fell, how fast, and all the rest of it. Exactly the same interference pattern. This is a holographic photographic print of an interference pattern, which looks very much like fingerprints, interestingly. But when you fire a laser at this photographic print, this interference pattern, which is a vibrational version of the object that's been photographed, suddenly, out of nowhere, comes a three-dimensional, or apparently three-dimensional form, which, the best of them, can look totally solid, except you can put your hand through them because they're not solid at all. All these are holograms. Hello, Mom. This is a landscape. That's not a very good one, but it gives the feel of it. These are holograms. These are virtual reality games, which give the three-dimensional feel. And so the three-dimensional world that we think we live in, it's just an illusion made up of holographic images which appear solid, because that's the way we decode them, but aren't really. The world is vibrational, and we decode it into the physical when we observe it. It's a construct. It's illusory. It's like when that Neo character in the Matrix went into a higher state of consciousness, he saw beyond the physical to that which is behind it. And interestingly, this is January's New Scientist, one of the most prestigious mainstream science magazines in Britain, just a few months ago, and the front page is, "You are a hologram projected from the edge of the universe." Even mainstream scientists, some of them are starting to realize this, except when you read the article, they missed the point massively. It's not projected from the edge of the universe at all. It's going on inside us. And interestingly, holograms have an amazing characteristic. Every part of the hologram is a smaller version of the whole. And so if you take a holographic print, and you cut it into four, and you fire the laser at the four pieces, you don't get a quarter-size part of the whole picture when you do that. You get a quarter-size version of the whole picture. Every part of the hologram is a smaller version of the whole wherever you go. And that's why we have this stuff in alternative healing. That's why reflexologists can find parts of the hands and the feet and other parts of the body that relate to the body as a whole. They can find a place that connects with the heart, that connects with the liver. That's why acupuncture can find points on the ear which represent and connect with different parts of the body. Because every part of the body is a smaller version of the whole body. And in the same way, every single part of this universe, whether it's an ant, a person, a tree, a blade of grass, a breath of air, in the end, is a smaller version of the super hologram that I call it, which is the universe as a whole. Work. There you go. I met this guy, Harvey Biggleton, in America a few months ago, and he wrote this book called Holographic Blood. And he showed me through a microscope my own blood massively blown up through the microscope, and there were holographic pieces in it. Holographic parts of my body in it. I could see it. Oh, you got a problem there, he said. Three-dimensional forms. That's why we have this saying, as above, so below. That's why the human energy field operates in the same basic way as the energy field of the earth, and so on and so on. It's because every part of the hologram is a smaller version of the whole. So we are, even on this physical level, we are the bloody universe, and the universe is us. My God, we've come a long way since Ethel Jones and Charlie Bloody Smith. It's a miracle. What are miracles? How can the illusion of fire burn the illusion of physicality? It can't unless we believe it can. And when we move ourselves into another state of consciousness, another state of reality, we can walk through fire without being burned, because our belief system changes, and therefore our experience changes. That great line in The Matrix, it's not the spoon that bends, it is only yourself. Of course it is, because you're decoding the spoon into physicality. You're deciding if it bends or not. And it's all about going beyond rules by becoming conscious. What we call the rules and laws of physics, or the rules of limitation, come from mind. Consciousness, when you get really into consciousness, can overcome the illusory laws of physics, the illusory laws of this reality. This is a line from The Matrix. I've seen agents punch through a concrete wall. Men have emptied entire clips at them and hit nothing but air. And yet their strength and their speed are still based in a world that is based on rules, mind. Because of that, they will never be as strong or as fast as you can be. And who was you symbolic of? He's the one. Consciousness, the one. That's what we are, consciousness. And because we've been manipulated to forget that, we live in a world of enslavement and imposition. When we realize who we are, those days are over, and we are now beginning to realize who we are. I'll be back in 1 hour. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.